My next guest, a distinguished diplomat, former ambassador to Japan, former businessman, now senator from Tennessee. Joining us is Bill Hagerty, who coined the phrase of our relationship with China's strategic adversaries. I still keep this, Bill. It's the best thing I've heard. Now, the question now is, will this be a frosty meeting? We're not going to change our strategy. China thinks we should. How do you read this?
Well, I'm glad they're meeting, Larry, and I appreciate the fact that the Biden administration has finally stepped up and sanctioned these individuals. Look, China's broken their promise to the international community yet again. This is not surprising. And the Biden administration started out on rather weak footing when you think about it. They rejoined the WHO. They put us back into the Paris Climate Treaty. They killed the Keystone XL pipeline. China's laughing all the way to the bank with this. I think the Biden administration can go further. You worked on this with President Trump. You've got the executive order, the executive authority in place right now to sanction the financial institutions that deal with these 24 individuals. I think they need to keep the pressure on. They need to let China know that we're going to speak from a position of strength, and I hope that's exactly what happens this week in Alaska.
You know, what's interesting, Senator, is the new Commerce Secretary, Gina Raimondo, said the entity list, which keeps China companies off, the export controls will remain in place, which takes Huawei, by the way, and other technology semiconductor companies out. And we also heard from one of the lawyers in the USTR, the trade rep's office, that the tariffs, we have $365 billion of tariffs still on China to try to police the Phase 1 trade deal. Those tariffs can legally remain. So I'm ready to give credit where credit is due. It looks like the Team Biden is going to be good on this.
Well, they need to keep the pressure on. I think you and I both agree on that, and particularly with respect to Huawei. We've got to keep the United States market clean. The Biden administration has taken our Clean Network initiative off of the State Department's website. I've inquired about this. Keeping our 5G network clean and clear is something that we've invested a tremendous amount of time in as a nation. We have now 200 telecom companies. We have over 60 nations that have signed up for our Clean Network initiative. Let's not lose this brand value that we have in place. Let's continue to get our allies to join with us and keep Huawei out of the entire network system around the globe.
I'm going to have to check that out. That may be an important issue. I didn't see it. I'm going to check it out. Thank you for that. Let me ask our friend Boris Johnson, the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, is he getting wobbly on China again?
Well, I hope not. I remember sitting in your office, Larry, when you were in the White House, talking about the UK position on 5G. And after Boris Johnson contracted COVID-19, I noticed that he stepped up and said, no, we're going to keep Huawei out of our system. They're going to target to get Huawei out, I believe, over the next couple of years. We certainly need to keep the UK strong right now. And one of the ways to do that is to build a stronger economic relationship with the United Kingdom. I hope we're able to get a trade agreement in place with them very soon.
Last point, switching gears, Senator. President Biden is suggesting Democrats scrap the filibuster in order to pass these election reforms and higher taxes and the Green New Deal and whatnot. I just want to play sound from Republican leader Mitch McConnell. He doesn't like this at all.
They're prepared to steamroll the Senate into a majoritarian body, just like the House, because it inconveniently gets in the way of all they want to do, to run up the debt, to raise taxes, and you've seen the disaster at the border. Well, we're going to do everything we can to force this administration to the middle. If they eliminate the filibuster, we will make it difficult still in a 50-50 Senate for them to pass hard left legislation.
Now, Senator Hagerty, you've become a leader in the Senate, policy guy. Let me just ask this. President Biden, in this interview today, said he didn't want to abolish the filibuster per se, but he wanted to return it to the old custom where the lead senator in the filibuster has to stand up for as long as he or she can, and that would block any action and any traction. And as I recall, he could get a glass of water and other people could fill in. That stuff was done as recently as 5 or 6 years ago. Your thought, any modification in the filibuster, or will the Senate GOP conference just rule out any changes whatsoever?
There should be no changes to the filibuster, Larry. What this is, plain and simple, is a power grab. It's an outright power grab. You know, you look back just a couple of years ago, and you had Leader Schumer, you had all of their leadership basically saying we should keep the filibuster when the shoe was on the other foot. What they want to do is destroy it, and I'll tell you, it won't happen. Certainly not the way they plan, because this is a 50-50 to Senate. This is completely divided. And Kamala Harris can't fix this problem for them. And no one knows better than Leader McConnell how to master the rules of the parliamentary procedure rules here in the Senate, and he knows how to bring this to a halt. I don't want to see this happen. I don't want to see this happen to our nation, but the path that we're going down is very, very treacherous indeed.
Yeah, it really is. We all have major misgivings about the economic policy. It's just awful. So,
Indeed.
Okay, Senator Bill Hagerty, thank you, sir. Always like to
Thank you
get
so
your
much, Larry.
opinions on this. See you soon.